Hey guys, looks like we have some bad news. Some F-150s with a max towing package are being delayed. Yeah, and that includes the one I'm trying to buy, the hybrid, the Power Boost. Looks like I'm going to be delayed for a while. It turns out when you do the max towing package, you actually get a different axle. Yeah, it's really crazy stuff. There's also different frames. What? Yeah, I've learned a bunch this week, and in this video, I'm going to tell you what I've learned. I'm going to tell you the frames. I'm going to tell you maybe a drive shaft change. I'll tell you what the axle is. It's actually like a 3/4 ton heavy-duty floating axle. It's pretty interesting stuff. And remember, if it's your first time on the channel, welcome. My name's Tim. This is Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. Hit subscribe, stick around. Really good stuff this channel. You're going to want to hang out with this. Now, this axle was broken by my friend Andre over at TFL Truck, and it's pretty interesting stuff. It's a new axle design. All right, I'm all about giving credit where credit is due, and Andre broke the news over at TFL. Great job on the story, by the way, Andre, if he's watching this video. But basically what it is on the left is an heavy-duty, fully floating axle design. On the right is a 3/4 axle design. Now this has been confirmed by Ford. This is the new axle design. This is a 975 rear axle. There's an 8.8 and 975. And I got those numbers from the Ford parts catalog. And so looking at these axles, you can see the differences with the double ball bearings there. And as he points out, the larger floating axle design is using 2 ball bearings. So this axle design is set up to handle more weight, and the ball bearings allow the wheel to spin even if you happen to snap an axle shaft. And so it's not like you're dead in the water. Like I said, the pros and cons here are going to be, it's going to be heavier, it's going to cost a little bit more to the consumer, but as you get this heavier duty axle, it's going to allow you to tow more, get that truck up to 14,000 pounds, and you should be considered basically a heavy duty vehicle. I mean, it's pretty much a heavy duty half ton, and it's good to know that they're not just making up numbers off the top of their head. They're not just smoke and mirrors, these towing numbers. They actually have real design and new parts and new axles to actually make that happen. It remains to be seen whether this is going to be affecting ride quality. My estimation is it's got to impact fuel economy. I mean, more weight equals more mass to move, which requires more fuel to make it move. And so I'll be really curious to see my first couple test models and whether I get this hybrid F-150, how that really impacts that versus maybe a stock F-150. And I just have a lot of really interesting thoughts on how to test this out and how to get some real world experience testing out these two different axle designs, basically. All right, another thing I learned was about frames, and this is, like I said, really interesting. I've been covering Fords for about 10 years now, and I had never heard of this. Maybe you have heard of this or you haven't. But as you go up in different towing packages, so if you go up in a payload package or if you go up in a max towing package, as you add these packages, typically it's like you're adding the trailer backup assist, you're adding the fifth wheel hookup, things like that. They seem pretty minor, but actually there's a difference in the frame as well to hit those higher towing numbers. And so as you move up gross vehicle weight rating, as you move up into towing packages, like I said, you have a different frame. Now Ford confirmed this with me that there is multiple frames in that they strengthen different parts of the frame depending as you move in packages. So as you make that change, your frame may go from, I think the stock I've been seeing online was 0.087 inches in thickness to 0.10 inches in thickness in different key parts of the frame to allow you to handle that additional weight. And I thought it was pretty interesting that, typically on a sales sticker, like I've talked about before, you have a number that says 7,300 payload package. And that package kind of relates to the towing sheets that you see that Ford and other brands use. And you can match up your towing numbers and figure out what your truck can actually tow. But also that deals with some frame changes as well. And that allows you to handle that additional heavier weight. So again, another good thing to know is that as you move up, not only do you get the bigger axle, but you get the little bit stiffer frame. And so it allows you to tow that 14,000 pounds more comfortably. It's not like you're just trying to max out the same F-150 your neighbor has. And so you get different rear differentials from the 315, 355, 373. And then you get the different towing as far as the rear axle. And you also get a different drive shaft. And this is interesting, you get a different setup for the emergency brake. Emergency brake basically gets bigger. Electronic parking brake, people call it park brake, emergency brake. It gets bigger as you go up in different packages and different heavy duty or just a trailer tow package. So those things really do make a difference overall. So those things really do make a difference overall when you're out there shopping for a truck. If you're going to look at what you want to tow, understand what package you need. Now that's part of the problem though, is that's what's causing the delay, is as people have ordered this max trailer towing package and as they've increased what they want for the capability of the truck, Ford's seen a huge growth in demand for that max towing package, aka bigger 975 rear axles, as well as the frame and things, and they're having supplier issues getting enough of these axles in to build these trucks. And it's just a matter of a week or a couple weeks or a month. There's no ETA right now. I'm sure they're having a little bit of COVID supplier issues. They're having some Christmas supplier issues. As I film this, it's December 17th. I'm sure those issues are going to come into play. But just so you know, the takeaway from this is that when you get the max trailer towing package, heavier frame or stiffer frame, bigger rear end, different drive shaft, bigger electronic parking brake, and it's going to be delayed for a little bit going into 2021 because of supplier issues. So you have to be patient. For me, it means I'll probably have to shop around because I don't know at this point, December 17th, whether there's enough days left in the month for me to get this truck by the end of the year. That could be the facts. Hey, make sure you check this other video out over here. Also, website down below. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you down the road.